to a Saturday game day edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Batters Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com, and Restored Motions, RestoredMotions.com. Glad to have you aboard with us here. We are going to, pin this Hudco link, and we are going to get jamming. It is game day, LSU against UAB for the all-time series lead. Tigers, Blazers, UAB nipped LSU back in the year of our Lord 2000. Nick Saban's first season. LSU would gain vengeance in 2013 on the backs of an Odell Beckham Jr. kick six, and now all these years later. That's not what I wanted at all. And now all these years later. There we are. And now, all these years later, we finally will have finally, of who will finally own the series lead of this grand storied tradition, the Tigers and the Blazers. Okay, all right, everybody. It is the home finale. So last time to go inside of Tiger Stadium until next September. So make the most of it. I think LSU, a lot of the stories this week have been certainly about, might LSU struggle this week? Are they really focused? Cold, late, all that sort of stuff. Senior day, lots of distractions, A&M next week. I kind of don't buy that. Like we've talked about, I think Brian Kelly has really done a magnificent job of keeping his team focused week to week. And similarly, hang on one second. There we go. So I think Brian Kelly's done a really good job getting his team focused. And similarly, I think the bad letdown week was last week. I think this team, look, they're playing snow football on game day, flag football. I think the real that just on the field, this is a matchup that really favors LSU. I don't think UAB has the passing game to be able to hurt LSU. Dwayne McBride's a really good running back. Y'all are going to hear his name a bunch. He's rushed for 1,400 yards already this season. But, LSU's faced really good running backs this year with Judkins, Gibbs. They faced some good ones. So I just don't think UAB is going to be able to move the ball and score consistently, and LSU will do enough. So I like LSU to win. I like LSU to cover. I think it's a 35-14 type game, something like that. So, all right, we'll say some good morning, see what y'all got. Fire away. You know the drill. Larry Garner, Wendell Norman, Brett DeGroat, Glenn Garner, Trivia Carter, Trav 504, Philip Thomas, Nicholas Cantrell, good morning. Bill Gallion, Raymond, good morning. So Nicholas said, good morning, Scone. Who are we betting today? Okay, hang on one second. Literally give me less than, you know what? By the time the Hudco jingle is over, I will be back with my entire list of who I'm betting today.
When you need a roof, call someone you know. Scone in Ontario. All you need is Hudco.
Told you I'd be back by the time it was over. Hey, do you want to come say hi to Dad's show?
No.
Hey, wait, no, come here. Wait, come here. Hey, Drew, come here. Drew, come here. Hey, Drew, wait, buddy, wait. Hey. he was pinching the line on his feeding tube. It was gonna like kink and stop. Anyway, so all right, here's the bets for today. So I've told y'all before that on Sundays Jimmy Ott does his cappers recap. So he has the handicappers all throughout the week, these professional handicappers, and it's like a recap of all of the professional bettors' best bets for the week. He does the same thing for college. So this is a combination of Jimmy Ott's cappers recap and Phil Steele's picks as well. There was some disagreement, so I don't play the ones typically where there's disagreement. Trivia, do your job, trivia, do your job, trivia. You see, you say let me do my job, and I mean, we've got the spammers in there. You ain't doing your job, dog. Made me do it. All right. Got him. Okay. Okay. So do you want me to, who was that asked about the bets? It was, Nicholas Cantrell, who we bet today. Nicholas, I've got 19 plays today. If you want them all, let me know. Southern Extreme, good morning. Mike Tiger SC West Champs. Hey, so Drew heard Hudco and walked in here. That was funny. B. Lorky. Derek Pertuis, good morning. Pertuis? I'm saying Pertuis. Matt Lusto, what's up? Bill Callion, Drew's on the move this morning. Mike Prima, will Kayshawn score any touchdowns this year? Yeah, I think so. I'm just betting the odds there that eventually he's going to get in the end zone again. He's only got one. That one touchdown against Tennessee is his only touchdown this year. Oddly enough, Malik Neighbors, who leads LSU in receptions and receiving yards, only has one this year as well. I think a big part of the reason is Jaden Daniels as a runner has been so dynamic in the red zone that he has accounted for a lot of rushing touchdowns that typically you'd put the ball in the air to a guy like Kayshawn or Malik. He's like, oh, my kids, they want to do something, but only on their terms. Drew is very normal in that respect. Like, obviously has his issues or whatever, but, he'll when he wants to do something, he'll go do it, Dax, it's going to be a long night with the kickoff this late. Hey, thanks for reminding me, Dax. Yes, it will be a long night, especially when you start post-game after the game. So we'll start probably around 11:30 tonight on Whiskey and Wine, wrap up probably around 1 a.m. So shout out to the real ones that are actually going to be hanging out with us after LSU UAB, sometime around midnight tonight. So shout out to y'all. Let's see. Jason Austin, what's up, man? Good morning. Kelly Presley. Kirk Taylor. So real quick, by the way, we have a new morning Sconer. Kirk and his wife welcomed in their baby girl this week. So shout out to Kirk Taylor, Army veteran, morning Scone, OG, all around very, very good human being who is going to be a great dad as well. So congrats to the Taylors on the birth of their baby girl. So happiness and health and all the good stuff to all of you. Kelly Rose Truax, what's up, man? Good morning. Hey, Dad. Good morning. Nicole Havard. There you go. All right, there it is, Kurt. Leaving the hospital at some point today. Cecilia listened to her first morning Scone yesterday and her second this morning. I love it. Hey, look, we need the next wave, right? The next generation of morning Scone and AFR listeners. So y'all all need to keep procreating and having more kiddos, so that way we have more and more listeners for the years to come. Brant Roban, morning Scone. We need Baylor and UCLA to help cause chaos. Yeah, Brant, I oddly on the Andy Isco, who's on Jimmy's show, does a really good job. Did take USC laying the 2. Phil and others have the over in the USC UCLA game, and Phil Steele brought up a great point yesterday. The last 3 years, that game has gone over that total significantly. So defense optional in USC UCLA, the total 76, and I do think it goes over. But Andy Isco had Southern Cal laying the 2. I think UCLA wins this game today. I did play USC -2 because he's a professional bettor and generally might know something that I don't. But I don't with my money play gut feels or anything like that. So I did bet USC laying the 2, but I think UCLA is going to win this game today. I do. Baylor, I love Baylor at home today, but it's so hard to justify going against TCU. I feel the same way about both those games. TCU has been incredible. And every time you pick against them, you just keep winning. So, last week, I picked Texas to win the game, but I took TCU plus the 7.5. Obviously, won that bet. So, I don't know, man. That's one where I would tell you, I don't know how you bet against TCU at this point, but Dave Aranda, Baylor, good defense at home. Maybe back-to-back emotional weeks for coming off an emotional road win for TCU. Maybe this is a letdown spot on the road in Waco where they're going to be sky high and you're trying. I think Baylor's trying to get to bowl eligibility. I think they're at 5 wins. Let me check to make sure I got that right. I think Baylor's at 5-4 or 5-5. Hang on, let me see. Baylor is at. I'm sorry, they're 6-4, so they're already bowl eligible. Okay. Well, scratch that. But anyway, it's interesting for sure. That's an interesting situation in that game. Let's see. Kirk, cold, rainy, and purple jerseys. Actually, Kirk, I don't think they're wearing purple jerseys today because it's senior day. So I don't think they wear purple jerseys on senior day because I think they want the guys on the field to have their senior day picture in their white uniforms. So I think on senior day they wear white. So I think they're going to be wearing white tonight. I could be wrong, but I think they're going to be wearing white tonight. Nick Taylor, good morning. Jeremy Sagely, morning, Matt. Watching a lot of rainfall here in New Braunfels. Hope everything is dry in the BR. Hey, it's supposed to rain today. It's cold and it's supposed to rain throughout the day today. Hopefully it clears out by game time. Ben Dupuy, man, sorry this is so late. Thanks for the Tyrant props on Sunday. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, you got it, man. Yeah, man. So Ben last week made the comp of, he said, of Harold Perkins. He said if Devin White and Tyrann Mathieu had a baby. And I said, nah, man, he's more just he's like Devin White. He's kind of built like that, and he runs sideline to sideline. Tyrann was just a different style of player. And then, of course, Perkins has a game where he forces 2 fumbles, really should have been 3 fumbles, but, knack for the ball and all that sort of stuff. I was like, no, he wreaks havoc kind of like Tyrann did. So I shot Ben a message. I was like, that was a good comp. Yeah, I didn't see it, but, yeah, it's a good comp. Ryan Amanda Guidry, good morning from the high school state swim meet. Okay. Kathy Woodard Benedict, first game in Tiger Stadium. Picked a heck of a weekend, warmer in North Carolina than Baton Rouge. Oh, gosh. Not sure how long we'll last in the stadium. Any recommendations for good red beans and rice for lunch? Kathy, I would recommend you go to the Chimes. I mean, if you're going to be over by campus, go to the Chimes by campus. I mean, that should be buzzing anyway, so you should get a great vibe. And Chimes, just if you've never been to Chimes, you need to go to Chimes. I mean, that's a campus institution. Just through the north, Chimes is just through the north gates of LSU. On Highland Road, just through the north gates. I'll come run your YouTube channel, Lazy Bones Trivia. Well, every time that... Trivia, mean. I was trying to get to my phone. Hey, bro, we ain't got time for that. You gotta go. Let's see, Philip Thomas, Matt, do you think Jameis' outlook on the Saints has been tarnished with the way Dennis has handled the quarterback situation concerning him? Yeah. Now, I'll tell you this, man. Winning cures a lot of things. And so if at some point Jameis plays again and plays really well, that's kind of forgiven. But it is interesting here how Jameis is speaking up for himself now. James gave the interview to Mike Triplett last week, where he basically said, look, I shouldn't have played week 2. But he wanted to be out there so bad. And now he's talking to the media saying, look, man, it hurts my soul not playing. You're not supposed to lose a job to injury, but that's what happened. So it's making Dennis Allen look really bad. It's making Dennis Allen look worse than his coaching already has. Let's see. Pertwee. Okay, Derek Pertwee. So I was close. I said Pertwees. So I was close, but just take off the S at the end. Got it. Dax Jeter. What are the odds T-Bob makes it to Whiskey Wine? Oh, he'll be there. Stephen Bond. Matt, what's one hot bet today? Normally I'll look for consensus plays, right? Like if a whole bunch of Jimmy's people have all given like the same game or something like that, I'll look for something like that. Several of them gave out Oklahoma State today, getting a touchdown, 7.5 against Oklahoma. Several gave out Boston College, getting 21 against Notre Dame. Boise State plus 14 was a popular play. Wisconsin was a popular play. That was at 13. It's down to 10 because Casey Thompson's going to play for Nebraska. Still like Wisconsin winning. So you can lay 10 and with Wisconsin, which I like. So some good ones there. Excuse me. Brad Davey, do you think Kiffin might wait to see what happens with Jimbo, try to get the A&M job? I do not. I don't think Ole Miss is going to give him that luxury. I think Ole Miss has a contract offer on the table to him and say, look, do you want to be here or don't you? The interesting question would be, does Lane stay at Ole Miss potentially? And then basically do what Billy Napier did. Billy Napier could have left ULL. He was offered Mississippi State, South Carolina, Tennessee, I believe. There might be one more out there. And he passed on all of them. He might have been offered Auburn too, if I think of it. And he passed because he was waiting for he knew he had a really good team last year at ULL. And so he knew he was going to win and his stock would remain high. And he should be able to get a better job. And ultimately he did. LSU and Florida came open. Actually, LSU, Florida, USC, Oklahoma, Notre Dame all came open in the same year. And he ended up getting the Florida job, which is better than any of the ones he passed on. So maybe if you're Lane, you realize, okay, Auburn is a better job than Ole Miss, but is there a better job than Auburn that might come open in time, be it A&M or whatever? Hunter Picard, good morning. Myron, hey, Matt, who do you think is the best running back ever at LSU? My head says Leonard, heart says Cecil Collins. You can't say Cecil Collins because it's way too small of a sample. He was special during that sample, but Leonard in 2015 was just as special, if not more than Cecil in that half-a-year sample in 97. The most physically gifted running back LSU has ever had is Leonard Fournette, and that's not even debatable. A guy of that size with that speed and skill set, it's not debatable. Leonard Fournette is the most physically gifted running back LSU's ever had. In my opinion, the best running back that I've seen was Kevin Falk. And he had longevity and did everything. He could do everything. He could run, he could catch, he could return kicks and punts. He was awesome. I mean, Falk for me is the one. Now, I didn't see Charles Alexander play. I'm more familiar with Saints Dalton Hilliard than LSU Dalton Hilliard. And LSU's had some magnificent backs come through. I mean, it's no disrespect to any of them. We haven't even mentioned Billy Cannon, who won the Heisman Trophy. But that obviously was a different era. But for me, only going by backs that I've seen, that's what I would tell you, Myron. Fournette is objectively the most gifted talent at running back LSU's ever had. In my opinion, the best running back LSU's had that I saw was Kevin Falk. Cody Kibidoo, second the chimes, yes. Merrick Mathern, over under 65 tonight, 65K tonight in the stadium. It's a good number. I'll go over at kickoff, under at halftime. James Lynch, who decides starting time for this game? It makes no sense. Television. Hey James, that's your give and take, right? I mean, if you're going to collectively as a league sign your grant and rights to the league office to do deals with the TV networks, then TV's going to set your kick time. And you can complain about it now, but nobody complains about it in May and June when you go over to Destin and you get that big fat check during SEC spring meetings. You know what I mean? So there's a give and take there. They're showing Jimbo against UMass. Oof. And there's the Yell Eaters. There's the Milkmen getting everybody fired up in the rain. Scott Sparks. The loss to Tennessee at home is going to hurt LSU's chances to get in the CFP. SEC championship, get in no matter what, though. I mean, there's no doubt that losing that game hurts your chances. That's, of course, not debatable. If you don't have that home loss, if you beat Tennessee, like you're probably, if your only loss right now is to Florida State, then you're number 5. You're ahead of Tennessee, and the Michigan Ohio State losers out, you're in. So, yes. Philip Thomas. So Jeremy Hill had a tweet some days ago, basically saying he was drafted by the XFL. Was he trolling? No, Jeremy entered the XFL draft. Yes, that's true. Jeremy Hill entered the XFL draft. And I think he's making a comeback, trying to go play in the XFL. So I don't know if they made an announcement on Hunt and Hill, so I'm not trying to spread anything that shouldn't be spread. But yes, I mean, Jeremy's leaving radio to go try to make a comeback in football in the XFL. Yes. I don't know if he was drafted or signed to the team or anything, but I know that's the plan, yes. He told us that this week. David Bass, wondering if LSU losing a close game to Georgia would convince some of the talent to come back and go on a natty run. I think regardless of the result against Georgia, David, that if you're LSU, you have that to sell, and some of these guys understand it. Let's see. Bill Gallion, I think Lane leaves. He's not happy. Bill, I would have told you a year ago that might have been the case, but Lane Kiffin, and I'll tell you, last year, Lane wanted the LSU and Florida jobs and did not get an interview for either. I'm telling you, I know that definitively. He wanted those jobs and did not get an interview for either. So, and that he was not a guy that wanted to live in rural North Mississippi, small town, and coach at a place where he can't win a title. There's a lot of things he didn't like. My understanding, though, talking to a lot of people close to that program, is that over the last year, he's really grown to love Ole Miss and love where he is and love that job. And now the fact remains he still can't win a national championship there. And if that's his ultimate goal, then I think ultimately he would leave. But I think the he's not happy thing probably isn't as relevant anymore. What about Clyde? He's my pick. I love Clyde, but Clyde had one really solid year, all SEC year. And he was fantastic, 1,400 yards. But yeah, I mean, he wouldn't be my pick at the top of that list. I mean, Darius Geis had a better LSU career than Clyde did. Freshman year, Justin Vincent was awesome. Yeah, you want to talk about individual seasons. I mean, JV ran for 1,000 yards. He didn't really even start until October. I mean, that team, you had Chiron Carey on that team in 03. Hang on one second, y'all. Just back next week. Hang on one second. Okay. Sorry about that. YouTube, please smash that like button. Facebook, please like the page, share the post. If you're new on YouTube, please subscribe up to the channel as well. Thanks for watching. Matthew Kane, good morning. George Mueller. TCU go at 34 to SMU. Matthew, did you see Benton High take a knee 4 straight times, draw a penalty, turning the ball over? I did not. Hi, Drew. You want to come sit on Dad's lap? Hey, come say hi to Dad's show. Come see. Come say hi to Dad's show. Hey, yeah, Drew, no, hey, ha, her. Here you go. Oh, wow. So Benton High took a knee 4 straight times, drew a penalty. Why did they draw a penalty? You can't take a knee 4 straight times? Joe Freitas. So I play Humpty Bump every Wednesday morning to wake up the kids. 3-year-old loves it. 8-year-old son hates it. And I love it. Okay. All right. Jeremy Sagely. Can I have South Carolina beat Tennessee for my Christmas miracle? Probably not. And that's not even the one that, oh God, it did. Look at Wojciechowski. His glasses are frozen. Jacob Willis, good morning. Kathy Benedict, near Bengals and Bandits. Yes. Directly across the street. If you're looking for chimes, directly across from Bengals and Bandits, yes. Shelby, I'm so ready for LSU baseball. Now back to your regularly scheduled football and baseball talk. Tennessee weekend, I'll buy tickets right behind Tennessee weekend and heckle Tony all weekend. Yeah. Let's see. Tony V, by the way. Tony Vitello. But anyway. Let's see. Patrick McKenzie. Morning, Matt. Do you think Perkins gets spied today? No, Patrick, because I don't think this is the type of game. Listen, they have a good offensive line, a veteran offensive line, and a really good running back. They're going to try to run the ball a bunch today. They're just not a very good passing offense. So they're not, I think, trying to protect their quarterback or run their quarterback. You know what I mean? So anyway, Patrick Cason, good morning. Benjamin Gorgis. What do you think our chances are against Georgia in the SEC championship? Well, Georgia's about a 16-point favorite. Probably right. I like LSU's defensive front seven. We've talked about that all year. I don't love LSU's cornerbacks matching up, although Jarp Bernard Converse and Mekhi Gardner played much better as the season's gone along, so we'll see how they match up. But Harold Perkins is a wild card, man. When you put a guy like that on defense that can affect the passer in so many ways, it does change the conversation, you know? I mean, the worst matchup for LSU's defense was Tennessee because of all those receivers, and LSU couldn't cover. Well, Harold Perkins played 8 snaps in that game. What if you were able to do a more effective job of getting Hooker off his spot and pressuring him like Georgia did? How different is that game, right? I'm not saying LSU wins it, but I think if they're able to affect Stetson Bennett, I think it could limit Georgia's scoring opportunities. We'll see. Patrick Cason, is Reese Davis anti-LSU? No, he just has an opinion that varies from LSU people who want to make whatever argument to get their team in. Like, he's not saying anything outlandish. He's saying, I watched Tennessee beat LSU on their home field. I would put Tennessee in over LSU. That's what he's saying, and I don't blame him. That's a very sound, logical point. It doesn't mean he's anti-LSU. It means he values head-to-head, which is the same thing I said in 2016 when Penn State won the Big Ten and beat Ohio State, yet they put Ohio State in over Penn State. In this instance, LSU didn't beat Tennessee, but would have the conference championship should they beat Georgia. And they wouldn't even have the benefit of head-to-head. So he's saying he values head-to-head. I don't blame him. It's not a bad take. It's just not what LSU fans want to hear. Chris Anthony, morning, Matt. I was thinking about going to the game tonight, but I'm in Alexandria. That 8 p.m. start, it'll be 2 a.m. Making it home. It's rough. Harley Dew said, taking my girlfriend to her first ever Saints game, hoping for a win so she can experience that. I don't feel good about it. Season basically over. Need to go back to Winston, at least see what he has for the future. Dalton has had his chance. He ain't it. Well, here's the thing, man. You should have never thought, assumed, hoped that Andy Dalton would be it. He's a mid-30s quarterback that's been cast away by his last 3 teams. Again, very good backup, competent backup who's played a lot of ball and can function in offense. But if you're trying to think Andy Dalton's going to go win games for you, he's not the guy that's going to win games for you. Andy Dalton on last year's Saints team after Jameis got hurt, Saints are a playoff team. Top 5 defense, really good running game, solid offensive line, all that's good. You have great head coach, all that stuff. All you were missing was the quarterback. Hey, babe.
Take those tickets to the front door and we'll get the tab and maybe come.
Okay. In my car.
Where?
On the front seat. With the parking pass. Yeah, that line keeps dropping, by the way. At one point this week, it was Saints 4.5. It's down to Saints 2.5. So, see what it looks like tomorrow at kickoff. Tony D is my family-friendly morning Scone name for him. Got it. I think I understand, Kirk. Dawn Jolibois Landry, good morning. Tommy Primo, morning, Matt. What's your thoughts on Kayshon Boutte going pro? Would he do himself a favor coming back? Absolutely not. Kayshon needs to go pro. He suffered a devastating injury a year ago, came back from it, has not had the great statistical year this year that many of us thought he might. But no, he is going to go run really well for the clock. He'll test well. He'll answer everybody's questions at the combine, and he'll likely still be a first-round pick. Maybe not a top 10 pick, but he's a guy that's still going to be taken somewhere in round 1, and he needs to go take that money. Scott Sparks, Scooter Allen, Raymond, Matt, most underrated, underappreciated running back at LSU. Jeremy Hill, yes, by far. And I've said that before. It's not just because I work with the guy. People forget how incredible he was in 12 and 13. Jeremy Hill averaged, hang on, I think it was 6 yards a carry. I want to make sure I have this. Hang on. Like, he was so freaking explosive. People forget. Here you go. In 2012, he averaged 5.3 yards a carry. In 2013, Jeremy Hill averaged 6.9 yards per carry. Dude averaged 7 yards a carry on 203 rushes. He ran for 1,400 yards on 7 yards a carry with 16 touchdowns. He was incredible. People forget how incredible. Like, so to the way you phrase that, who is that who asked the question? Raymond, most underrated, underappreciated, absolutely Jeremy Hill. And it's really unfortunate just because, in 12 they went to a Peach Bowl before it was even an Access Bowl, and in 13 they went to the Outback Bowl, and those seasons were really talented teams with Mettenberger and Jarvis and Odell and all those guys. And they're just remembered for the Yeldon play in 12, and then 13 the defense slipped a little, lost that game at Georgia, that high-scoring game at Georgia. So they didn't have the elite team success, didn't play for an SEC championship or anything like that. So people forget, man. But dude, Hilly was go put on some Jeremy Hill LSU highlights, and you'll go, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Just dude was different, man. Let's see, Cody. Do you think Kiffin is a good recruiter? I've seen multiple articles saying he is, but from what I've seen, he uses the transfer portal to build his team, not through traditional means. I mean, Cody, you got to keep in mind here, brother. Like, the transfer portal has only been a thing for like 2 years, so he's had success in other places, building his team through high school. And look, even if you're not the best recruiter, you hire staff, and like that's not really a thing. Trivia, my honest opinion, Lee Corso has to retire this year. Hey, babe. Yeah, trivia, they're going to let him hang on for as long as he wants, but you can see they're phasing him out. I mean, like in recent years, they brought in obviously Dez, and then they brought in Pollock, and now they got McAfee there. Like, it's obvious. They've replaced Corso with McAfee, and they'll let Lee hang around for as long as he wants to hang around. But yeah, dude's almost 90 years old, man. I mean, it's like negative temps in Montana right now. Dude needs to be on a bus with a blanket, Myron, was there any chance Pat Mahomes could have come to LSU? I will clarify, Patrick Mahomes. Dude's mother got really ticked on Twitter, people calling him Pat. So, mama calls him Patrick, calling him Patrick. And no, I don't remember him being recruited here at all. Gregory Gordy, morning. Going to the game, ready to freeze? Okay. Greg T. driving from Shreveport to Thibodeau. So I need morning scone in the last 5 hours. Hey, Greg, better yet, when we finish morning scone, just put on AFR from yesterday. You got 3 hours right there. Did I miss the Drew sighting this morning? You did. You missed a Drew sighting. Let me see if this may call him in. Hang on. I got up and played the HUDCO theme song, and he walked in here without me in here, was standing right here at the camera. Let me see if this gets him in.
Oh my God.
What?
Blizzard. This is to go away in cold weather.
Oh my God. Trivia said good morning.
Morning, Trivia.
Are you coming to do Ask E-Rock?
This one in the bathtub, but okay.
Do y'all want to do Ask E-Rock?
I was so tired. How do people wake up at 4:45?
They don't go to bed at 1 a.m.
Yesterday killed me. I don't want to do it for like 5 questions.
All right.
Ask them.
If y'all have if y'all have Ask E-Rock questions, fire away.
More than 5.
There has to be more than 5. Keith Edward Neal said probably another Leaf.
Keith?
Probably another Leaf.
He's supposed to be camping. He has to be doing technology.
Kirk Taylor said it, morning E-Rock. Kirk and his wife had a little baby girl yesterday, or 2 days ago. They're going home today. Cecilia. So we got another morning Sconer. Baby Cecilia. Let's see. We got some Ask E-Rocks. A lot of morning E-Rocks. Bill Gallion, Chilean beer and cornbread and football. Look out, Lounger. Oh, that sounds good. James Lynch. He was going to play for UFL this year. UFL, he was definitely in the XFL draft. So I don't know what the plans are, but yes, anyway. Trevor Bittner, good morning. Joey Metke, Dax Jeter, Mount Rushmore, LSU running backs. Cannon, Alexander, Dalton, Fournette. Tell me I'm wrong. You're wrong if you don't have Kevin Falk. He left LSU as the all-time career rushing leader. Still holds the SEC record for career all-purpose yards. So you're wrong if you don't have. I don't know who you take off. Maybe Dalton, but maybe Fournette. But you are wrong if you don't have Kevin Falk on that list.
Are we doing this right?
Yes.
I want to add bubbles to my bath.
All right, go add bubbles to your bath, and we'll stockpile some questions here. Got some good ones coming in.
Okay.
Okay. Forrest Griffin. Forrest Griffin, like the fighter Forrest Griffin? What was the reason we got beat by Tennessee so bad, Matt? Well, it started off horrendously, Forrest, if you remember. That line was only 2. Remember, that point spread was 2. Now, Tennessee continued whipping people, so their point spread value increased tremendously, but that point spread was 2. Fumbling the opening kickoff and giving up a touchdown like that was immediately put you in a hole. And then I think Brian Kelly did a terrible job, quite honestly. He was chasing points, going forward on 4th downs, and instead of taking a field goal deep in Tennessee territory to get on the board, it was just, I felt like he was playing like he knew he had to score 40 in the game and there was no Harold Perkins yet. It was a bad matchup. There's a lot of things that went badly. I mean, I'll tell you, you play that LSU Tennessee game 10 times, you get that result, like that kind of blowout once. It was just the one that mattered. I'm not saying LSU would win 9 times. I'm not saying LSU would win half the time. I'm just telling you wouldn't get that result but once. It's just the one that counted. It happens. And that's the making of an upset. It works both ways. Like if you look at LSU, Florida, 97. If those 2 teams play 10 times, maybe LSU wins it once or twice. The one that counted is the one that played. The one that played is the one that counted. Bill Gallion, 90-year-old coach. Yeah, I mean, shoot, dude. Corso's 90. Corso's 80. Hang on. Lee Corso is 8. He's in his late 80s. Lee Corso is 87 years old. I mean, might as well be 90. All right, here's all the ASCII rocks. Gotta wait for her to come in.
I'm coming.
I mean, your people are waiting on you.
Because now I can't, have to drink my water because I can't have anything for over 2 hours.
Oh, Erica's intermittent fasting. Samuel Merrifield, Matt asked Erica. So these are all ASCII rocks. Okay. Bubba Smith, good morning from the camp in Bama. Okay. Hunter Eilers, morning from Savannah, GA. Here to watch some hockey, then LSU at 9. Okay. All right.
Okay, I'm here.
All right, here's E-Rock, everybody. Good morning. As always, shout out to Brock. Not to be confused with E-Rock, just Brock.
That was true.
The Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic.
Mine's EROCK.
Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. And Restored Motions, RestoredMotions.com. You need an orthopedist, go to Brock. Need a roof, call Hudco. You have pain, book a session with Crystal Poche at Restored Motions. Okay. Kirk Taylor, ASCII Rock. Any advice for a new dad?
Oh. Take lots of pictures. Lots and lots and lots and lots of pictures. You can never have enough photos because I love photos. And you'll love photos too whenever you go back and look. And just hold that baby because we didn't get to hold Drew for like 7 months.
Ain't about us.
I'm saying why.
Okay.
Hey, you can't interrupt my...
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
It's my show.
It's not your show.
It is my show.
It's my segment. And hold that baby as much as you can because they're going to get big. And you'll want to hold the baby. Okay.
Samuel Merrifield. Hey, Matt, ask E-Rock if she knows one of my former teachers from long ago, Camille Gotra. He taught at St. Jude.
Oh, Lord, yes.
Oh,
Camille.
Lord, yes. We know Camille.
I love Camille.
We love Camille.
Camille loves me.
Camille likes me, too.
He loves me more.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, no, I see Camille every day. He retired right during COVID because he needed to retire during COVID and came back. And he came back this year because we were short a teacher at the last minute. And so he teaches 2 religion classes for us. And he's in my office every day. I see Camille every day. What's your name again? Who is this?
Samuel Merrifield.
Miss Samuel Merrifield. I will give him a big shout out for you on Monday. Next Monday because I'm off all week.
Kelly Presley. That's what I talk about, man. Teachers like.
Okay, don't even start. Do not start.
Y'all get like 4 months off during the year.
Do not start.
You work 2/3 out of the year.
Okay, stop.
I mean, if you were to.
This is not about like you're gonna make a lot of teachers angry right now. You have no idea what we deal with on a daily basis, and I'm not a teacher. I'm an administrator. You have no idea what it's like, so don't start.
Go get another job.
I don't want another job. I love my job.
Then don't complain about it.
Don't bash it.
Then don't complain about it. I ain't bashing nothing.
Yes, you are.
I ain't bashing it.
Yes, you are.
Then don't complain.
You should say, "Oh, babe, you deserve a week off. All the hard work you do and all the hours you work for pennies, peanuts, or whatever the saying is." I don't know. What's the saying, Matt? Acorns.
Either works. Pennies or peanuts.
Okay. Acorns, no?
Yeah, either works. Kelly Presley asked Erica, would you share your lemon cookie recipe?
Of course. It's kind of hard, so I got to go find it. I have to read it every time.
It is hard. Like, she juices lemons and all kinds of
It involves the zesting of lemons, juicing of lemons, zesting them.
It's worth it.
Do they want those today? I was going to do T-Bob Snickerdoodle bars because I think those were the ones he likes the most.
You can't go wrong with the Snickerdoodles and the lemons. Like, that's the two that
I think he likes the Snickerdoodle bars.
That's what everybody wants. Bubba Smith. And why not? How about you ask your husband what your husband wants?
Because these are T-Bob's cookies.
And not what T-Bob wants. Who cares what T-Bob wants?
I do. These are T-Bob's cookies.
And he
shares them with you.
And you bring them to him.
Matt, stop. Don't be like that.
Bubba Smith, good morning. Let's see.
He's jealous of his hair.
Why would I be jealous of his hair?
I don't know, because you get all jealous about T-Bob.
Erica.
Matt, you do.
Erica.
What?
Please stop saying stuff like that, because people are going to believe you. They're so much jealous of T-Bob.
Matt, people know you ain't jealous of T-Bob.
Well, but they don't. That's like you say that, and people go, "Oh, you're jealous of T-Bob."
Matt,
people don't understand that you're joking.
You just sat here and made a big deal about how the cookies are for him and not you. It was part of the bit.
But you never make me cookies.
Because you get mad when I do, because you don't want cookies in the house.
That's true.
And you're like, why did you make these?
That's true.
That one time you came over from not long ago, you came over from Oliver Twist. And I always say Oliver, like it's a name.
It's not. It's
you
Olive
came home from Oliver Twist and I had cookies and I was like, hey, are you excited? I made you cookies. You're like, oh yeah. And you could care less about it. So then.
Well, maybe you didn't make good ones.
Oh my God. I can't win for losing or lose for winning or whatever.
You can't win for trying.
Whatever. I hate sayings. I make them
Don't
my own. I just
Don't
make them
do
up.
them.
I make them up. Anyway, don't do that to me because you're like, don't put cookies in the house. Why do we have food in the house? I don't want to eat. Because you don't have good self-control. So I'm like, well, then I don't do it. And then you're like, why don't you make me cookies? This is not supposed to be an arguing show. I don't like to argue.
Cliff Nelson.
Hi, Cliff.
Was at the Blender last night for the
Blender.
That's what they call the New Orleans Arena. Smoothie King Center, the Blender.
Why?
Because it's the Smoothie King Center. It's the Blender.
That's so dumb.
Okay.
That's not intimidating.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be.
I thought it was supposed to be like over at the Wolf Den or the Nest.
Some people call it the Nest for the
Okay.
Pelicans, but then it's sponsored by the
Blender.
Smoothie King Center. So it's Smoothie King, the Blender, smoothies, Blender.
Why can't we wear at the King? I like the King.
So Cliff is our resident Celtics, Cowboys, Alabama fan here. So
No, he's not.
he's just cheer Dodgers.
No, he doesn't.
Just cheers for all the big names.
Cliff does not. Leave him alone.
He's gonna get pissed when I say that.
Cliff, you want some lemon cookies today? I gotta go to the store.
Of course, Cliff wants. Cliff is coming to Don Juan just to get lemon cookies.
Well, I wasn't gonna do them, but now I gotta go.
Like if there weren't lemon cookies, he probably wouldn't come to Don Juan.
So
Well, that's not true because he did come before lemon cookies, but now like he makes a point to come for the cookies.
Snickerdoodle bars and lemon cookies is what we're having today.
Okay. Yeah, if you don't have the lemon cookies, you're gonna upset Cliff. Like he comes for the lemon cookies.
Can't wait till football season's over. I'm so tired of zesting lemons because you know what happens when you zest a lemon? You zest your knuckles as well. Your knuckles get zested and they bleed. I mean, the knuckles don't go into the bowl of the lemon zest, but I always cut my knuckles. So, how many more football season games do we have too?
We got next week.
Today and next week.
Yeah, and then SEC championship.
Then we're going to Atlanta. Am I going? No.
I don't think so.
We talked about it. You don't want me going, do you?
My flight is booked with work.
You said I'm going to get my work plans and then let you know. So you can come.
And you haven't asked me?
You were going to get your work dinner and let me know. Okay, it's fine.
I'm doing my show there on Friday.
Yeah, you know that.
And then pregame and then whiskey and wine, which we still know where we're doing whiskey and wine. Probably whiskey and wine after,
Because you'll need to fill in because of T-Bob and all that stuff.
but like after Hannah. So like not right when the game ends. So like game ends 90 minutes post game. So then basically 3 hours after the game is when we'll do whiskey and wine. I'm just warning you, like, babe.
You obviously don't make
No.
Hold
Hold on.
We don't need to talk about this on air. Just
Yes,
go.
you
No,
can
no.
absolutely come. Just understand, like, I'm going to be working a lot.
Okay, let's go on.
Let's see. Let's see. All right, Ask E-Rock, Kyle Milliken. All right, Cliff Nelson, Ask E-Rock. Why are the Celtics so much better than the Pelicans? See, that just annoys me because you're from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and you're a Celtics fan, and you're a Cowboys fan, and you're like, Cliff knows what he's doing, but it's like, it's just so hard. Like the guy Jason Austin, who's a 49er fan, like, it's so hard for me to respect you as a fan whenever, like, to respect that fandom because it's just you're a front runner. It's like you grew up cheering for that team because they win. Like, I don't know.
So what?
You got teams here, man. Pull for the Saints. Pull for the Pelicans. Pull for the teams from your city, from your town, from your state. That's the cool thing. They represent your state. You know. Anyway, Tim Gotro asks E-Rock, is she rushing the field tonight after the game?
I'm not going to the game tonight. I don't think we should rush the field if we beat UAB. Is that who we're playing?
Good point. Yes, good point.
Yeah, because then
Very
it's
good
like don't over celebrate. But yeah, I hope we win. I mean, I'll be watching the game.
Merrick Mathern asks E-Rock, fried. We're gonna get into the Thanksgiving questions now. Fried turkey or baked turkey?
I don't like turkey. First of all, I gotta tell you, don't like a turkey. I'm not gonna eat any turkey on Thanksgiving. I think it's disgusting. All turkey's gross. If I had turkey with maybe like on a sandwich, I'll eat a turkey sandwich.
Okay.
Love a turkey sandwich. With like, what's that round cheese called that I like? The round?
Provolone?
Yes. Give me a turkey sandwich any day. Do not want Thanksgiving turkey though. Blah.
Trivia Carter.
Good morning, Trivia.
Ask E-Rock, is Cliff your new favorite?
Trivia? I don't have favorites.
I mean, you
Just
do
like
make
my mom
Cliff
said.
cookies every week.
Trivia doesn't live here.
That's true.
That's what mom says.
ship
You
it to
don't
him.
have favorites.
Yeah, she does.
Yes,
And everybody
I'm her
knows you're
favorite.
Everybody
We know
knows
I'm
you're
her favorite. I know.
And to clarify, I do love Cliff. I love Cliff Nelson.
Well, you're being really rude to him this morning.
I just don't respect the fan part of cheering for the Cowboys and the Celtics.
Okay, let's go. It's rude.
That's like Drew's teacher who cheers for Alabama. Like, you're from Baton Rouge,
So
Louisiana.
what?
You're from Baton Rouge,
Just
you cheer
because
for
you're
Alabama.
from somewhere doesn't mean...
That's the point. You have allegiance and loyalty to where you're from. You're representing your city, your state. Like, that's the point. When you watch the Olympics, do you cheer for the U.S.? Do you cheer for China? Or do you cheer for Russia? Who do you cheer for? Who do you cheer for?
The good people.
Who?
Whoever's good. I don't know, Matt. I don't watch the
You
Olympics.
cheer for the U.S.
Of course.
Why? Because it's your country.
Because I'm married to you.
Because when before you knew me and you watched gymnastics in the
I did.
Olympics and you watched gymnastics in the
That's
Olympics,
who I knew.
who did you cheer for?
Who I knew. Which would be
The
Olympics.
Americans, Erica.
Yeah. And because that's my name.
It's so freaking hard.
That's
here.
my name.
That's not your name.
Yes, it is. What do you hear when you hear America? You hear Erica. Why do you hate me?
Ask E-Rock, any battles lately?
Oh yeah. Yes. Yesterday. Okay. Yesterday. This gives you an example. If Keith Edward Neal is still listening. So yesterday, his daughter forgot her choir shirt or whatever in the dress rehearsal room for Grandparents' Day the day before. So on my way to school, he calls. He's like, "Hey, can you please go look for Sophia's shirt? If you see it, can you bring it to her carpool?" Perfect. So I'm going to carpool. Now I have a platter of cupcakes in my hand because I forgot the cupcakes here or whatever for Drew's Thanksgiving feast. Walking to my car. Carpool lines are already heavy. I go to my car, pop like the back hood or whatever to put the cupcakes in. I've got Sophia's shirt on my shoulder. Cupcakes. I'm in a furry sweater. It's cold. It's windy. Whatever. So I'm afraid I'm going to drop it. So I put the cupcakes down. Well, I go to shut the hood on my car, but I do it at the same time as I'm coming out from putting the cupcakes in. So I ram my back of my head onto the hood thing of your trunk. The hatch, not the hood, the hatch. So I ran my head on the hatch so freaking hard. It hurt so bad. I was just glad I did not yell a curse word in the middle of carpool, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm good. So I don't know if anybody sees me or not, right? So I go up to his truck. They roll the window down for me to give the shirt to Sophia. And Keith rolls the window down. He's like, "Does that hurt your pride more or your head more when you do that?" I'm like, "Keith, it don't hurt my pride. I do this all the time. It hurts my head. I have a huge knot on the back of my head, by the way, still from whacking my head. Like my head and the hood had the biggest collision ever, or patch. So yes, that happened yesterday. Trivia happens daily, all the time.
Kirk said, ask E-Rock, how was the outdoor kitchen last Saturday?
Phenomenal. We love our outdoor kitchen. It's so great to just be out there, and it's a great way to entertain. It's a great way to just unwind. And I like the cold weather. So, I mean, I don't get super cold to where I don't want to be out there because it's too cold. I like cold. I like being cold.
Let's see. Bill Gallion asked E-Rock, I want the lemon cookies recipe.
Okay, I'm gonna have to post it because it's quite hard.
Trivia asked E-Rock, what's better, Thanksgiving dinner or lunch?
I mean, I don't really like it at all. I get like a little bit of broccoli rice. I don't really like Thanksgiving. I mean, I like the holiday because we're together. What?
Cliff asked E-Rock, why is Matt such a fun swoosher?
Yeah, exactly. He squashes it. Squishes, squash, whatever.
You said swoosh last week.
Swoosh?
So a fun swoosher.
Yeah, he swooshes fun. He takes it away, Cliff. He doesn't know how to have fun. He's so serious. I love to just laugh. And again,
a fun swoosher.
I'll whack my head on things. I'll whack my face on things. I don't care. I laugh at myself. I laugh, and Matt gets way too serious. So, Cliff, I agree with you. He needs to be way more. Stop swooshing all the fun away, Matt. I say you're a fun swoosher.
Dax Jeter, what does E-Rock's dad Thanksgiving Day spread look like? Your dad doesn't cook on Thanksgiving.
He does the turkey. The gross turkey. I mean, we don't eat with my family on Thanksgiving. We eat
Your
with
dad
Matt's
does a
family.
gross turkey?
Well, I don't eat turkey.
Ooh. Ask E-Rock, anybody name your destroyed this year? That's some trivia. Anybody name your destroyed this year?
What is
Maybe
that?
maybe it's a typo. Anybody's name that you destroyed? Did you destroy anybody's name?
I mean, I mess up names all the time, I guess. Constantly.
Cliff Nelson, ask E-Rock, can Harold Perkins win the Heisman
I love him.
as a defensive player?
Let me just tell you something. One of the defensive coaches that writes what?
Thought I heard the door.
No. One of the defensive coaches that writes the plays for Harold Perkins, I'm friends with his wife. And so she was telling me about him a good bit during the Bama game, right? And so now I'm in love with him. Love Harold Perkins. He's so amazing.
It feels like you just name dropped for no reason. Like
No,
you
I want to know that I
to.
didn't know. I don't name drop. I didn't say anybody's name. I'm just saying how I heard of him. And so the reason that I didn't know who he was, right? Perkins sounds like a nerdy last name, to be honest. And so I didn't know that would even be a football player. Harold Perkins does not sound like a football player name.
It's true.
Does it? No. He plays like, he does like math tournaments and stuff. And so, and so she was telling me about him and about how he has all his potential. And I was like, well, let me watch this guy. She's like, he's number 40. Look at him. So I watched him for the rest of the Bama game. And I'm like, oh, he's good. Well, then I start watching him a lot. Last week I was texting her the whole time about him. And I just love him. He can do, and I guess because he's little, he can just like jump and spring into action and just like get that guy. Don't you think?
He's not little.
He is little.
He's 6'2".
He's skinny.
Okay.
He's not like a big guy.
He's like 220.
He's not a big guy. But he can just get him.
He can jump and
He
like a
can
deer.
spring.
He can jump and
He's
spring.
like a little, what are those things called? Like out
A
in the
gazelle.
woods?
A gazelle.
Like they're sneaky though.
A tiger.
No.
A lion.
Like a tiger. I don't know.
A snake.
No. He's like he's kind of like a gecko. He just like creeps up on you. It's fast.
Kyle Milliken asked E-Rock, today is my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Kyle.
I'm 31.
Oh, you're a baby.
What's your favorite thing to do on your birthday?
Love a birthday. Used to before I turned 40. I love to get spoiled, and I love to just have just big celebrations about like everything you like. Do all your favorite things. Eat your favorite foods. Go to your favorite places. Get waited on hand and foot. I hope you have a significant other or a mom or dad who will do this for you, or a BFF. So when it's your birthday, involve somebody else because they got to do a bunch of stuff for you. But do your favorite things.
If you're there on YouTube, please smash that like button. Facebook, please like the page, share the post. If you're just jumping aboard, Erica, my wife, aka E-Rock, is
Your
here, and
beautiful
we
wife.
do my beautiful wife. We do Ask E-Rock, so people ask Erica questions just to hear what kind of absurd answers she comes up with.
Or because they want to know what I think about
Trivia
things.
Carter, ask E-Rock, when will I get my annual Drew birthday souvenir?
Oh, trivia. Those are coming in the mail this week. Send me your address again. Or is it in
Trivia
our
also
text?
said, ask E-Rock, where's Lenny?
I got some bad news for you, Lenny. Lenny moved. He's no longer in the hood. Lenny left.
Okay. Where'd they go?
I don't know. He didn't answer me when I asked him.
Ooh.
Doesn't want me to know.
Didn't even give you an answer?
Nope. Wait, I don't think I asked him. Hold on. I didn't ask him. I did not. I thought I was going to ask him, but I forgot to send the text. I was going to ask him, did not.
Trevor Bittner, as far as Morning Scone goes, I'm fairly new.
Oh, hi, Trevor.
Love the show.
Thank you.
I'm guessing E-Rock is a nickname. Just wondering what E-Rock is.
Well, let's go back to J-Rock, to Super Fave. So,
J-Rock? J-Rock is Jamarcus Russell.
okay, well, not him. Okay, so, Super Fave. So, Jordy Collada, when I first started coming around Matt. No, I was here before Jordy. Yeah. So, Matt and I are together dating, whatever. Jordy starts coming around as far as, like, being on the scene for things, I think. Because remember he was calling you to see, like, how he could help you or whatever. It was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
So then, I don't know, Jordy would always be super nice to me whenever he'd see me. And so I would be like, oh, I love him. He's my favorite. So then I would call him Super Fave. I don't know why. And so he was like, Fave, oh, that's my fave, my favorite. And then it was Super Fave. And then he just started calling me E-Rock one day. It just stuck. It just stuck. It was Jordy Collada.
It's Jordy's
I mean,
nickname.
it's been forever.
That has been a long time. Trivia, ask E-Rock, what is the most boring sport?
Ugh, baseball. Baseball, I love baseball players. They're usually hot. They look good. They're clean cut. They're smart. They've got the package that you want, but they do not.
You like their package?
Well, yeah, they're a good package.
You like their package?
What do you, Matt, not that package. Okay. They're a complete package. They're a good package is what I mean. So they're a good package, but they're not, their sport is very slow and takes way too long, and we need to have 7 innings only, and maybe 2 outs, and just make it a little faster. If it didn't dominate, hold on. If it was not, then you know why I don't like it. If it didn't dominate the day.
I'm really good at what I do, and I know the importance of when to move on.
Matt,
And you had a point where it's time to move on.
I wasn't ready to move on.
But the audience was ready for
No,
you.
they're not.
Gregory Gordy, E-Rock, knowing LSU needs TCU to lose to help to get into the playoff. Do you still like the purple and gray uniform combo? In the past weeks, we also need Kansas State to lose as well.
Okay, is that really a thing TCU has to use for us to get in the playoffs? Is that really a thing?
It would help.
Okay.
Yeah, it would help a lot.
Well, who they play today?
Baylor, Dave Aranda.
Oh, Baylor haven't too good.
They're 6-4.
Baylor's not good.
Who do you
That's
think-
like 10.
Who do you think wins?
No, I'm sure TCU's going to win.
It's a 2-point spread.
Oh, really?
Pretty close.
What? Who are we taking?
On Jimmy Ott's Cappers recap, Baylor plus 2.5. So Baylor in the points.
Let's go Big B.
Starts at 11.
What's Baylor?
The Bears.
Oh, yeah, the green. They're green.
Green, yes.
A lot of our nurses were Baylor fans. That one NICU nurse at night, or CVICU nurse at night. You remember her?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know her name, but I remember her.
Cliff Nelson asked E-Rock, bath bombs or liquid bubble bath?
Oh, love me a bath bomb, Cliff. Love me a bath bomb from Lush, by the way, are the best. I'm like rationing them right now because I only have 1 jar of them left.
Oh my God.
When I get less than 10, I don't use them. I just let them sit there. If I have less than 10 bombs, which is about, $100 a bath bomb sitting there, then I don't use them because I'm afraid to let it go. So then I use the Dr. Teal's foaming bubble bath. Anybody wants to get their wife something special, cheap, it's like $5 at any place, Walgreens, Target, Alexander's, anywhere. The Dr. Teal's foaming bath.
Rouse's,
As well.
the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints.
I don't know if they have it. I don't know if they carry it. So I'm just talking about bubble bath. I'm not talking about groceries, Matt. So Dr. Teal's, it's in a blue bottle and it's like $5, and that stuff will last you a whole week because I use it every day. Lasts about not a whole week. I'd say 5 days. But yeah, it's amazing because it smells super good. It's very, very bubbly.
Merrick Bethurn asked E-Rock, favorite Thanksgiving side dish?
I mean, I make broccoli rice, which I think is amazing. And everybody in Matt's family that I bake it for love it. So I go with broccoli rice. That's about all I eat on Thanksgiving. I don't like the desserts either. The pies are disgusting. Okay, let's talk about pie, first of all.
I love pie.
Pie is like mush.
Sweet potato pie.
Pumpkin pie, disgusting.
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie, disgusting. Pecan
Pecan
pie. Oh my
pie.
God,
The only thing I don't like is
love
I don't
it.
like apple pie.
I love apple pie. How are we married? We don't like anything the same. I love an apple pie. A warm apple pie, amazing. Have you ever really had apple pie?
Hmm?
No. My dad makes a great apple pie.
I don't like your dad's apple pie.
You've
I don't-
never had it?
I have. I don't like apple pie.
It's so good.
James Medvin, Mortimer, I believe LSU will beat Georgia by 9 points. Hey, James, you want to bet? I'll bet everything I owned against everything you own that LSU does not beat Georgia by 9 points. You in?
We're not betting everything, man, Matt.
LSU's not going to beat Georgia by 9 points.
I don't doubt these guys.
Okay, they can win. They win by 9 points.
I don't doubt Kelly. I don't doubt Denbrock. I don't doubt any of these guys.
Stu 3, my wife's a teacher as well. LOL, sounds just like her. Raymond, sorry, E-Rock, I was raised by teachers. Y'all get more time off than bankers, LOL. Cody Kebido asks E-Rock, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I've never seen that. Die Hard or Live Trying? Is that the same? Don't they have that saying? What? What?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. How do I know that?
I don't know.
I know that saying, but I don't know about the peanuts.
Gregory Gordy, Happy T-Bob is a less bruised Scone. Give him his doodles. No, you don't understand. Happy T-Bob is when he starts throwing punches and stuff. When like LSU scores, he starts like hitting me. He's like, he's big.
He's huge. But not that big. He's just a big guy. I feel little next to T-Bob.
Cliff Nelson. They're really not T-Bob's cookies anymore. They're more like Cliff's cookies.
Oh, true.
With
especially the
Latin
lemon
beans and
ones.
wedges.
Especially the lemon ones, Cliff. They're for you.
Nick L. It's obvious the guy's jealous of T-Bob. Jealous of T-Bob. Jesus Christ.
Matt, he's joking. Take a joke.
Trevor Bittner, dang Matt, stop being such a fun squisher.
Yes, swoosher.
Let's see. Morning, Matt. Is it possible for E-Rock to send cookies to Arizona? Leandro Lewis.
I mean, they're not going to taste the same. They got to be fresh. Arizona's far. Not going to taste the same, Andrew, or whatever. What was that guy's name?
Leandra Lewis. I think it's a lady.
Oh, Leandro. Sorry. Leandro, they're not taste the same. I'd rather send you the recipe.
Cody, to be fair, I'm from Thibodeau. Grew up a Cowboys fan. I'll root for the Saints, but I'm not invested in their success or failure. It's just so annoying to me.
Matt.
It just annoys me. It's like, if you watch the Olympics, you don't cheer for Guam. You cheer for the United States because you live in the United States. Like, it makes no sense to be from here and to not cheer for the teams from here. Like, it's because the Saints sucked and you didn't want to cheer for a team that wasn't any good. So you'd rather take the easy road and cheer for a good team.
This is asking
and it just annoys me. Like, it just as a human being, like, that is not a good characteristic of success in life.
Oh my God, man!
It's
you cannot
not
do that
like
to people. That's ridiculous.
To
Let's
just
go
like
on.
take the easy way out,
Stop
man.
it.
Like
Stop.
the
This
Saints
is absurd.
won championship means so much
This is
more to
absurd.
me than anything Dallas has
I'm
ever.
not doing my segment if you're gonna rant. I hate rants. I don't like when you get mad. I don't like angry.
That's why people love me.
I don't.
Micah
It's not why I
Bauer,
love you.
gonna be real salty when I love LSU from Elkhart, Indiana. Are you from Elkhart, Indiana? Do you have any roots in Louisiana, or do you just sort of randomly like LSU? I've been to Elkhart right by South Bend.
You can't do that to people. That's mean.
What?
No, it's a success in life is not based on if they cheer for those stupid Saints or not. That's ridiculous, Matt.
It's a personality
But that's
trait.
You can't say that about people. That's really hurtful. You don't know what people
Okay.
are going through. Don't hurt people.
I'm not hurting people.
You are hurting people. I care about people. Like what
I care
do,
about people.
I build people up.
I build people up.
No, you don't. You're just smashing them. You're swooshing them right now.
Sometimes you need hard truth in
No,
life.
I don't like hard truths. No.
Ben Davis asks you, right, did she like Ed Ogeron?
No, because he was mean to you, and I stand by you. You're my man.
He's so stupid.
I stand by my man. No, you mean to Matt.
You're my man. It's so stupid.
I can't say what it's face.
I stand by you because you're my man.
Yeah, no, he was mean to you, and I don't like people mean to you.
Man.
You know, do I get mad when people are mean to you?
Yeah.
Wait, I don't get mad. I get sad.
You get sad, yes.
I don't get mad.
She
I
gets
get
sad.
sad.
When people get mean to me. Kyle Milliken, but I don't care. Like,
But I get sad, and I don't like being sad.
by the way, I don't care if anybody's mean to me. You can be mean to me.
No, don't be me.
People don't know me. I don't care. It's fine. Like if you don't know me, I don't care. Like it's whatever. People don't. They're not really. It's not. I don't. You don't internalize. They're not mean to me. It's just like they don't like something I say or an opinion or something like that. You know.
I take everything to heart.
No, I don't. So you couldn't do my job. I couldn't do your job.
You definitely couldn't do that.
I'd be like, hey, zip it up and get your ass back in class.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Kyle Milliken asks E-Rock, I have a fiance.
Aw.
We get married in 3 weeks.
Aw.
I'll tell her E-Rock said she would wait on me hand and foot for my birthday.
Yes, absolutely. That's what you do. I make big deals over your birthday. I mean, you still got this 40 thing hanging here.
I know.
Pictures of
I don't know what to
Paul.
do with it. Like, should I take it down?
Yeah, put it on the back of your door or something.
I'll let you do that.
Yeah, don't throw it away, though.
Cliff Nelson asks E-Rock, favorite
Favorite what?
Favorite flavor of chicken wings?
Ugh. A wing is just, I will never eat a wing ever. I would never eat a piece of
Shout out to Plucker's Wing Bar.
Whoops.
Great long-standing sponsor of AFR.
Hey,
Stevie Levy, the king. Stevie Levy, the king of the wing.
Stevie Levy, it's not you. I like your desserts. I like your salads. I like your other things. I do not like wings. I'm not a wing fan because you know why? Because you look ridiculous when you eat a wing. It's for guys. It's guy food. It's not girl food. You can't daintily eat a wing. I'm not eating something off a bone. I don't want a bone. I don't want. We've already discussed my dislike for bones. I'm not putting anything with a bone in my mouth. I'm not pulling it out and shredding it. People shred it. Like they shred the stuff with their teeth.
You don't like bone in your mouth?
Bone out. It's disgusting.
You don't like bone in your mouth?
No. Not a rib bone. Not a drumstick bone. You know, chickens have bones in their drumsticks or whatever.
What about a man bone, Erica?
Matt.
You were setting yourself up for it.
I'm talking about freaking chicken wings. It's disgusting.
All right, a few more.
Eat them like that.
Smash the like button.
I like
Let's
a tender.
see.
I like a tender.
Okay.
I like a tender with some ketchup.
Trivia ask you, Rock, do you know Ryan Terry played boring baseball?
I do, and I always feel bad when I bash baseball. But again, Ryan was the whole package, right? So he's smart. You are mean, Matt. Ryan is smart.
Very smart. Yes, you're right. He is.
That was so rude of you. That was really mean.
Are you going to finish? What?
Ryan is a good guy.
He's great. One of my best friends in life.
The good package that I'm talking about baseball players, they're generous.
Yes.
They're extremely generous.
What about the ones that aren't?
They are. That's what they are.
Not all of them.
Yes, they are. He's generous. He's attractive. He's kind. He's smart.
All those things.
Athletic.
Yes.
Good body. So why would I just don't enjoy the sport because it's way too slow? You're mean. You're so mean.
What was mean?
Ryan thinks I'm smart too. By the way, someone called me a genius at work. And I told you that already. And I was like, oh, and she's like, actually, the word he used was genius to describe you. So one of the students called me a genius, Matt. And I said, you know what my response was? I can't wait to tell my husband
What
that.
are y'all telling these kids at school?
I'm working with them. I pour my heart and soul out to them.
LSU sports fanatic, ask you, Rock, what is Scone's best ability?
Right now, I'm kind of mad at him. He's being very rude right now.
Janet said cake is better than pie.
Scone is Matt. I can't call you Scone. It just sounds weird. Matt is very generous. Matt's got a huge heart. While sometimes he's like the Grinch and he doesn't have a heart when he sits here and makes fun of people and is mean. Matt, most of the time, has a huge heart. And he's extremely caring and selfless.
Most of the time?
Right now, you're being mean to people.
I would say my honesty is one of my very strong characteristics.
That doesn't make it. No, I don't feel like honesty is a strength.
Sometimes people, you want people to lie?
Oh, but I mean.
Sometimes people are afraid to tell people the truth. I'm not afraid to tell people the truth.
That's not what I think is the best thing about you, though. Because sometimes it's mean.
Brant Roban asked E-Rock, but sometimes, if you...
Have you heard the expression, truth hurts?
But you can also take it and grow from it. I would always rather, if I'm doing something wrong or bad, I would always rather somebody say, hey, look, you need to do this better, this wrong, this. Like Terrio, when he told me, hey, bro, you need to stop dressing like a child.
I tell you to do stuff, you just get mad about it.
Like what?
If I say something, you're doing something wrong, you just get angry. You don't
like
want
what?
to change. I don't know. Like this.
Give me an example.
Being mean.
This is just my personality. I'm an Enneagram 8. I'm going to be honest.
Talk about stupid Enneagram.
It's true. Brant Roban, ask E-Rock, chicken and sausage or seafood gumbo?
Seafood, 100%.
My dad's seafood gumbo.
100, and not only any seafood gumbos, I've had a lot. My dad's only. It's the most amazing thing ever. I hope he makes some right now as it's cold.
Nicole Haver, teacher here, we deserve this week.
Yes,
sure, you deserve the week off. Yes, you do.
You don't respect us, obviously.
That is so unfair.
You're like, oh, you work half the year. No, we don't.
I didn't say half the year.
Whatever the equation of fractions you use, I don't know.
Patrick McKenzie asked E-Rock, how does it feel to be married to the greatest Louisiana sports talk host ever?
Amazing.
How about that question, Erica?
Amazing Patrick McKenzie.
Kirk said the brownies with the M&Ms on top was the only comfort after the Tennessee game.
Aw.
Oh, was that the Slutty Brownies?
No, those aren't slutty. Those are just brownies and M&Ms, I think. I think I put some icing on top and then added some M&Ms to them.
Kirk said hard truths are necessary, and Leah, his wife, adores you.
Oh, thanks, Leah. I don't like the hard truth.
Lie
to me, sugarcoat me. What? Lenny's on?
Lenny Moss.
Lenny! Where have you been?
Headed into the old neighborhood foreign inspection.
Lenny!
Miss y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, yeah. Ask you, Rock, how's your day?
Lenny!
I
am very sad. Where have y'all gone? You didn't answer me, but I forgot to ask you. First of all, I forgot to ask, but I was going to ask where you moved to. Lenny! Oh, drop by and do a little honky honk. We're here by the window.
Keith Edward Neal. It was a 5th grader. Who said you were a genius?
Keith? You're supposed to be in the wilderness, and technology should not be allowed in the camping. So I don't hear about this camping anymore because you're cheating if you're on the wilderness and you're on the internet on Facebook. Keith.
And we were talking about teams earlier. Keith went cough, Yankees cough, and I was like, and I ignored it because I was going to go off on Keith.
You better not go off on Keith.
Because please tell me the Louisiana baseball team.
Oh, here you go.
Where are they?
Keep your mouth shut.
Where's the Louisiana?
like to listen to
and
him.
I'll tell you this: if Louisiana got an MLB team tomorrow, I would never cheer for the Yankees again.
Okay.
Cliff Nelson asked E-Rock, blending zesty lemon knuckles or horseradish?
Okay. Horseradish.
Cliff knows you so well.
Have we talked about horseradish before on here?
Yes.
Ugh.
That's how he knew to say it.
Horseradish. Let me just tell you this. That word, if you have a gross word or a gross name or a gross anything, I'm not going to want you. Because I don't want to put something in my mouth called horseradish. Could it be, is it horse or horse?
Horse.
Like an actual animal,
horse,
and then
yes.
a radish, like a red thing that
Yes.
grows in the ground?
Yes.
Okay. It's disgusting. I don't know what it is. Is it white?
I don't know.
It's gross.
Do I look like I'm going to till the soil for my garden anytime soon?
No, but you make it in a blender, Matt.
Oh my God.
Okay, so, or whatever you make it. It's disgusting. I think it's spicy. I don't even know what it is. You know what? I don't think I've ever tried it. However, it's disgusting, and I never will try it.
Merrick Mathern asked Matt, I can't listen as often as I like because of a new job. Any update on men's basketball penalties? No, Merrick. The NCAA will make that determination at their
Oh,
own.
Miss Will Wade, the general.
The
I
general.
miss the general. I pass his house every day. I still get sad.
Hard truths or fun swooshes. Can't have both. Thank you, Dalton Barnett. Boris. Oh, and that's from Boris from Moose and Squirrel.
Who?
Boris. Moose and Squirrel. Boris.
Who's that?
From the cartoon with Rocky and Bullwinkle. Anyway.
I never watched. I never read
You're
those.
busting dude's chops because he's not a Saints fan, but you don't like apple pie. Come on, man. What does that have to do with anything?
I mean,
One is like a physical reactionary preference of what my taste buds enjoy or don't. The other is your decision to be a front runner or to cheer for the team that represents your state.
Lord.
Dax Jeter, E-Rock, sometimes Matt chastises me if I misspell something in a chat question. I don't chastise, but I do correct. There's a difference. Eugene
Wait,
Sutherland.
what?
He said, sometimes Matt chastises me if I misspell something in a chat question. I said, don't chastise, I just correct because I think it's important.
But one
I would
time-
always rather people correct me. Tell me if I'm doing something wrong.
You always correct my spellings. Like, I get loose and lose mixed up all the time.
That one annoys the hell out of me.
I know
How do you
it
not
does.
understand loose and lose?
Because it's hard. Because
No,
you
it's
would
not.
think choose has 2 O's, right?
Yes,
But
very good.
lose has.
One.
That's so confusing to me. Because every time I type that, I
Okay.
always think.
And you just got it right. So just stop for a second and think. Lose is spelled L-O-S-E. And loose is L-O-O-S-E.
I don't remember that.
You just did.
So it's the opposite of choose. So I do all these opposites in my head, and it's just so hard. However,
Ask E-Rock,
one time-
would you feel better about Louisiana-born traders feeling if you knew most of them tend to also hate the Saints and ridicule their fans after each Saints loss?
Wait, that was like a riddle, huh? No.
Would you feel better
Yes.
about Louisiana-born traders' feelings
Oh,
if
this
you
is a
knew
question
most
for
of
you.
them tend to also hate the Saints and ridicule their fans after each Saints loss? Not everybody hates the Saints, but everybody can be pissed after your team loses. What do you think it's like doing whiskey and wine after an LSU loss? It's fire the coach. It's this guy sucks. That player's a transfer. I hate this guy. Like, that's fans. That's a fan symptom of any fan in any fan base. Trevor Bittner asked E-Rock, do you like any good food or just cookies and broccoli rice?
I don't even like cookies. The only cookies I really eat are the lemon cookies. I'm very picky eater when it comes to like at a restaurant. I'm fine. I can find something on a menu. But if people are cooking like again, my dad cooks amazing. I'll eat anything my dad cooks. I mean, he's just like a creative, good cook.
This is a good one. Joey Metke asks Rock, when is it too early to get a Christmas tree and set up for Christmas?
Never. The answer is never. However, if you're going to get a live tree, just be careful. Be careful.
Be careful of what?
You're dying. Just be careful. So you can have a Christmas tree. I don't care about the people who are like, oh, you can't set up your tree for Thanksgiving. We're not taking away from Thanksgiving. Where no one's shunning the Pilgrims, the Mayflower, whatever, the Santa Maria, the Pinta and the Nina and all those things. No one's shunning the ships. No one's shunning Columbus, the Pilgrims, the corn, maize, and all that stuff. No one is shunning them. They're just saying.
How did you just blend the Mayflower with
that was the
Nina,
boat that came on that.
And then you said the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria.
They were all the ships that they sailed, the
No.
Ocean Blue.
That was Columbus.
Did not do it with Thanksgiving?
Nope.
Crap. Wait a minute. Okay. There we go.
What a great celebration of something Eric has no idea about.
Okay, here's the
Do
deal.
you teach this in St. Jude?
No,
at
because I'm the
school?
guidance counselor. We don't discuss history, okay? Or geographics or anything like that. I'm just saying, because people put up a freaking Christmas tree, it does not mean that they're not honoring our country or the new world. I'm going to stop talking about it right now.
Honoring the new world.
You know,
God.
I'm just saying, I don't understand. I think that was like Thomas Paine. He wrote that pamphlet or something. Yeah. So just because
You're
somebody,
just arbitrarily throwing out names you remember from history class.
who's Thomas Paine?
You're like, John Smith, Pocahontas, Lewis and Clark, Grover Cleveland.
Oh, Matt.
Just throw out names.
Okay, I'm trying to sound like I know stuff. So what
Oh
I'm
man,
saying
don't.
is-
Ooh.
What I'm saying is it doesn't matter when you do. I think Lenny just drove by. I think Lenny just did a drive by.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter when you put a tree up, I guess. If you're not, okay, now let me tell you this. If you put up your Christmas tree and you refuse to host Thanksgiving or to attend a Thanksgiving function with your family and do your...
Oh, you're gonna look LSU sports fanatic. E-Rock is such a sweetheart. You're lucky, Scone.
Love you. See, and Matt laughs at that, people. Do you see that reaction?
I'm laughing at your reaction.
I stood there and said, I stand by my man.
I knew you did. You were like, I stand by my man,
I
like
know.
in the most ridiculous way.
I was trying to be tough.
Because you knew it was ridiculous.
No, I don't like Ed Ogeron because he was mean to you. It made me very sad. Okay?
Uh-huh.
I'm serious. So, thank you, LSU Sports Fanatic. I love compliments, by the way.
Cliff Nelson trivia. E-Rock LSU companion show Scone After Dark.
Huh? Is that like a
I think they want you to do it. They want you to do a companion show.
Oh, no.
Ask E-Rock. Dalton. Ask E-Rock. Is the opinion on Mason Taylor still just a little guy?
Love him. He is such a little guy. A tall little guy. I love him.
B. Lorky, Matt, the real ones know you're most certainly not jealous of T-Pop. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
I think
Matt.
everybody knows that. Joe Parker, old
But can
God.
we say that I do love T-Bob?
Yeah, T-Pop's great.
I love him.
T-Pop's great.
Not like love, but like love. Like L-U-V.
C. Wilk, I will look at Thanksgiving different now.
No problem. Because it's okay to do Christmas before.
Cliff Nelson asked E-Rock if they had Thanksgiving turkeys on the Nina Pinta in Santa Maria.
Well, I don't think they had ovens back then, Cliff.
They also didn't have turkeys on a boat.
Why? They could have caught a turkey, Matt, and put it on the boat. They didn't have a way to cook it. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe they did. Do like a fire. Like, you know, they roast a hog. They could have roasted a turkey that way. Over some, like, put it on a stick thing. And, like,
Kirk
turn
said
it.
if you put your Christmas tree up before Black Friday, you're a terrorist.
Oh, Kirk.
Period.
Come
LOL.
on, no
He did put
way. LOL. That's not a real thing.
Trey Fisher.
Hey, Fish!
You have me rolling over here.
I love, okay, first of all, can we give a huge
Honoring
shout
the
out?
new world.
Wait, Fish, let me tell you something. Can we give a huge shout out
And
to
Lenny
Fish?
put ask. It was going to put ask Iraq. He put ask Iraq. IRAQ.
Okay, okay. Let's go to Fish for a minute. Fish, Huge shout out to Trey Fisher. He is freaking amazing. We love him at St. Jude. If I hear one more parent tell me, what's the name of the sheriff that is always out there opening my car doors and we love his smile? Like, this man is amazing. He's going to be the best husband ever for the ladies, by the way. Also, Fish, you'll probably think this is funny. At the LSU game, I went with my brother-in-law and my sister Lauren, who you know. We were going in and I saw a sheriff and I was like, hey, do you know Fisher? And then my brother-in-law lost it and he was like, Erica, like they don't all know each other. So I was like, oh, and she was like, yeah. So then of course, every sheriff we saw all night, my brother-in-law was like, hey, why don't you ask if they know Trey Fisher? Because they probably aren't. It's not like this little club that runs around. I'm like, okay, so anyway, I do speak your name. Because then I went on to tell the lady sheriff who I was asking about you. I went on to tell her all about you and how wonderful you are and how much we just love you and how, you know, I don't know how y'all do your jobs because it's such a scary job. Anyway, so much respect to our law enforcement too, because y'all freaking rock. And St. Jude's a better place because of you, Trey Fisher. And our other sheriffs too, such as Pickering and Pryor and any others that I don't know your name. Daigle, which Keith Neal calls Daig because that's just ridiculous. Because you're not supposed to pronounce the L-E on Daigle, did you know, by the way? It's D-A-I-G. You're not supposed to pronounce the D-A-I-G. The L-E is silent. It's weird. But we have a Daig on our staff too. So anyway, shout out to law enforcement. Love you all. Go on.
Boats and hose.
Huh?
He put boats and hose, but he put B-E-A-U-T.
Who?
X-T-S. Dalton Barnett. Boats and hose was from Step Brothers.
I don't remember that part.
That was when they were like doing the rap song on the boat that they crashed. The dad's boat.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Cliff Nelson asked E-Rock if John Smith was the chef.
I don't know John Smith.
Okay.
It's a made-up name.
It's not a made-up name. John Smith was...
Oh, he was on my poke. No.
He was what?
He was a blacksmith.
A blacksmith.
Who made iron.
Who made iron.
Welded it together. With the little fire pit. Look him up right now. Was he on the boats? No? Okay, go on, Matt. Go on. We're not talking history here. Camille Gautreaux would be very upset right now with me.
Eugene Sutherland asked E-Rock, sorry about prior confusion. I was asking if you would be less concerned about fans from Louisiana who root for outsiders if you knew they tend to also hate the Saints and harass their fans.
John Smith established Jamestown, Virginia.
And?
The Chesapeake Bay.
And is most known for?
Looking ridiculous. I mean, trim the beard, John Smith. Put your collar down a little bit.
John Smith's the one who hooked up with Pocahontas.
Really? I haven't gotten there yet.
It wasn't Noah's Ark.
The turkey was not, it was to eat. Who said that?
Kyle Milliken.
The turkey was to eat. Also, they could roast it on the ship.
Man.
What did they eat for Thanksgiving dinner then, Matt?
There was no Thanksgiving, Erica. These were people who were coming on boats trying to discover new land. There was no Thanksgiving. It didn't exist. Oh.
You say potato.
Danny Braywick.
I say potato.
That's not it at all.
Yes.
People need to stop worrying about how or when people decorate. Do what makes you happy.
Oh, who was that?
Danny Braywick.
Danny Braywick.
Yeah, I largely agree with him. I just don't like whenever I have to go to the attic to get a bunch of boxes down.
That's
and keep
coming.
I know.
I might start this week, actually. Might do that tomorrow.
Dalton, thoughts on new SEC scheduling? Talks of no divisions could be interesting. Dalton, by the way, like that's not news. I don't like the guy who tweeted that this week, like it was breaking news, was dead wrong.
Pocahontas thought he was hot.
I
There's
don't know.
no way. There's no way Pocahontas thought he was hot. There's no way. Because Pocahontas was beautiful. She ain't think he's hot. There's no way Pocahontas thought that guy was hot. No way. I don't think that's who she hooked up with, Matt. I don't think that's who he hooked up with.
Okay.
Because that guy does not look hot.
How do you know
at all.
Pocahontas was hot?
because I'm about to Google her. She was hot. She had long hair.
You're just looking at the freaking cartoon.
Well, we're gonna see what
You're
she
looking
looks
at
like.
a Disney.
We're gonna
cartoon.
see who's hotter. I mean, Pocahontas, I felt like she was a 10. John Smith is about a 2.
So Dalton Barnett, that's not new. Literally since the spring, Sankey has been saying on the record about dropping divisions. The only real questions are, do you go to 9 SEC games or keep it 8? And do you maintain some type of permanent opponent? But that's not news. The guy who broke that on Twitter this week, that wasn't actually breaking news. There was nothing new. Uncle Houdat, I got a crazy idea for a new show, E-Rock and Scone. I'll subscribe to that show right now. Tell Drew hi from Uncle Houdat.
Oh, that's sweet, but we would not like each other.
Erica!
Matt, you get mad
We're
at
doing it
me.
right now!
But not every day.
Not
You
every
get
day.
mad at me.
Trevor Bittner, tell E-Rock, I bet John Smith looks like
Ooh.
Pocahontas. Try to tell you. Try to tell you.
Girl.
Try to tell you.
Not what I thought she'd be.
Yep, try to tell you. You said she was a 10. Let me see.
She
Let me-
rated it.
Let me see that picture of Pocahontas you got. I don't think that's Pocahontas, Erica.
It
That
is!
is not Pocahontas. Give me oh my God. That is not Pocahontas.
Matt, it's the real Pocahontas. This is the one from the movies that I'm thinking of. She's hot.
Right. The cartoon is what I said. Who they made with big boobs and a little waist and long flowy hair. Looked
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
But John, I was going to get a real picture of her because that was a real picture of John Smith,
Right.
who was not hot.
I know.
So I was trying to find a real picture of Pocahontas, and that's what I did. And you think it's not true.
I don't think that's the real picture of Pocahontas.
I Googled imaged her, Matt. Okay, well. Matt,
Yes.
is she?
I told you. I'm the one who told you. That's her.
She ain't not.
I'm the one who told you she's not hot.
She's not hot.
I told you that. And you're like, she's a 10. He's a 2.
Well, she ain't a 10. She might be a 3. She's a 3.
Trevor Bendertelli, Rock. I bet John Smith looks like a baseball player.
No, he does not look like he has the whole package at all, for sure.
Chase Ellison, remember all those times I've asked what it would take for Jimbo to get fired? I mean, I still don't think he's getting fired this year. I mean, they're not going to buy him out at $86 million. They could, but they're not going to. Now, next year, if they face plan again next year, I think they'd move on.
He's not going to get fired.
Not this year, no.
Texas A&M's terrible.
I know.
They're terrible.
Yeah, Cliff, I can't read that one.
Why?
That's a play on Pocahontas.
Oh.
Ryan Pike, what are your crypto higher-ups saying about the whole FTX situation? I would like to say this about FTX. First of all, it is important. This is going to blow some of your minds. FTX is not crypto. FTX is a centralized exchange. The purpose of crypto is to create decentralized finance. FTX is a business run in a centralized way by Sam Bankman-Fried and his people, and they were crooks. In the same way that Bernie Madoff at one point was the chairman of the NASDAQ stock exchange, and he was a crook. So you have crooks all throughout business, but FTX is not crypto. Now, FTX had a token, the FTT token, which on the blockchain represented FTX, but FTX was not a cryptocurrency. FTX is a centralized exchange like Crypto.com or Coinbase. Now, I'm not saying that those are being run by scammers like Sam Bankman-Fried, but that's why it's so important for people to understand what cryptocurrency is. And the point of crypto is to have decentralized finance on the blockchain, which is not what FTX is. So anyway, dude was a scammer. And if you actually pay attention to people who you trust in crypto spaces, there aren't many people in crypto that liked or trusted Sam Bankman-Fried. So I never, ever, ever had $1 on the FTX exchange. I never bought the FTT token, and I'm not surprised by what happened. And it sucks for all those people with FTX International whose money right now is locked up. But that's also a cautionary tale, like in anything, to know what you're investing in. That's not just in crypto, that's in anything. Like, if you're going to invest in something, understand what you're investing in, who you're investing with, and make good choices. Eugene Sutherland, Ask You Rock, would you consider sitting in on Whiskey and Wine after a win? You and T-Bob would break the internet. Matt would laugh half the stream's running time.
No, because people are serious about the game, and I pay attention to the game, but
Not a game like tonight. Ain't nobody going to care about tonight. LSU's going to win. It's a bad team. Nobody cares.
Yeah, if they like you, I don't want to fringe on your thing.
You can come on. You come out to Don Juan. You can come on with us tonight.
You know, I don't like to be on camera. I gotta be hidden though. I don't like the way don't like the way I look. I'm zero confidence when it comes to that. I'm very confident about my words, obviously. I don't know why. I'll speak, but I don't want to be seen. Even last night, Matt was staring at me while I was eating, and I'm like, what's wrong with me? Like, I get so paranoid if you look at me. I'm like, what is wrong? So I don't like being seen. That's why I can't do a show. I can do a voice show. I'm not afraid to talk.
Who'd have thought on a
Talk to
Morning
the wall.
Louisiana casual talk show we'd be talking about chicken wings and how hot Pocahontas is?
She is not happy.
That is Ask E-Rock.
She ain't had. I'm sorry to tell her. And again, I'm not judgmental of girls because I'm not one to say.
Now Mike the Tiger, SC West champ, said, is Drew going to sing Hey Fighting Tigers?
Aw.
I think we need to get him over here to do that.
Okay.
Kirk, I'm having a hard time deciding which is better, Coach Miles' Columbus Day speech or E-Rock's Thanksgiving talk.
Well, Coach Miles didn't make any sense. Man. I stand by my man. You're not going to stand by your woman?
Woman, you just said the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria.
They're the ships, Matt. Did I make those up?
That had nothing to do with Thanksgiving, Erica.
Just
Hey,
the
Drew,
Mayflower?
come see.
Just the Mayflower?
All right, you talk to them for a second, E-Rock. Tell them about Hoodco.
Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. If you need a roof or you have a family member who needs a roof, give them a call. They'll come do a free inspection. And they have some amazing workers and owners who are going to take care of you. And they're awesome. And they support our family. So call Hudco. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. There, I just did a great little advertisement.
They support our family? I'm part of Hoodco.
You or they.
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
All right, ready?
Hey, fighting tiger, fly all the way. Hey, fighting tiger, we get today. You got to know, I don't do a fine. Had the ball, what most through the line. The God for touchdown, one up the score. May Matt the tiger, summon up a ball.
Roar!
Keep open up, keep on I keep the going you. Victory for our show. Tigeos. Tiger.
Yay!
Good job, buddy. Give me a high five. And a kiss. And kiss.
Does Daddy get a kiss?
Mwah.
Do I get a kiss?
Kiss mommy on the lips.
Oh, that kiss! I can't believe it!
Aw.
I can't believe it! He never kisses me on the mouth.
I got to.
He always just lowers his head. He
You
can kiss
almost
me on top of my
did. He's
head.
about to, because I
I know.
think your bill got
Oh.
in the way.
Huh?
Your bill got in the way.
Oh, good. All right. Let's see. Any more?
I gotta go shopping. We need to hurry.
Cliff Nelson asked E-Rock, please come to Don Juan's just because we'd love to see you.
That's sweet, but I don't have any friends going tonight. My only friends are out of town.
As born and raised Texan 23 years, do I count as a bandwagon if I never got off after Honey Badger and 2011 season? You can be born and raised in Texas, but if you went to LSU, like that's, or have family and you were grown up in it, that's fine. Like there are people who go to school and then move, but just because you move doesn't mean you stop being an alum of your school. Let's see. Just make sure you give T-Bob rubber knives next time at Oliver Twist. Eugene Sutherland. E-Rock has quirky, neurotic Seinfeld character tendencies, but with a good heart, which means you'll never be bored and laugh a hell of a lot, Matt. That's a good life.
Aw, you said I'm a quirky weirdo, but that was kind of nice.
I had to get through that part quickly before you got
Yeah, I'm
offended.
like, what? Okay.
Whew. All right.
Ooh, 1 hour and 10 minutes remaining.
And what?
That
Oh,
can
too
eat.
fast. Okay.
I can eat.
Nicole Havertz, Drew Kelly Presley said, thanks. I think Erica is a beautiful woman and should not be afraid to be on camera.
That's very sweet, Kelly.
That is very sweet, Kelly.
And about 40 pounds, I will be. 30 pounds. 30. 30 for sure. Third there.
You could be on camera now,
No.
even with your hair.
Yeah, you should have not even hesitated on that. There. Right.
Even with your hair all up in a, whatever that is.
It's just not fixed. It's bedhead. You know, like Megan Trainor says.
No, what does she say?
Her new song, Made You Look.
I never heard it.
She's like, I could wear my Gucci, I could wear any of my stuff, but I should still be hot with my hair a mess in the morning. I made you look. It's just the song right now.
I never heard it. I hadn't heard that Meghan Trainor song since the one when we were in the hospital.
Every TikTok is Meghan Trainor made you look. Guys are doing it.
My TikTok algorithm shows me like Grant Cardone and Gary Vee and
No,
sports.
not TikTok algorithm.
Mine's all business. Mine's all business and sports.
Mine's a lot of dancing, a lot of singing,
Got it.
and a lot of crafting.
All right, let's see. Cliff Nelson asks Rock, does fun swooping include making rules about who people should cheer for?
Yeah, he's a swisher. Matt, Cliff, I told you that.
Joey Mecke, this is why I love the show. Thank you for doing this show every morning. You got it. It's 9 minutes till kickoff. We got bets at 11 a.m. We have big bets too, Erica. Like bets that make or break Christmas for us this year. Like we ain't having Christmas if we lose some of these bets today. You know what I mean? Like you ain't getting no bath bombs.
Hold on, I see Cindy here to get the tickets, but she's in the wrong driveway. I see you in the window.
Okay, I think we're done.
Oh, there's Kate. Okay.
Thank y'all.
Never mind. See Kate.
For watching. As always, shout out to Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, HUDCO Roofing, HUDCORoofing.com. Are you going to open the door and tell her hi?
Well, I'm doing a show. I'm not dressed, but I'm doing a show.
Erica, you're right there sitting at our door.
Well, I told her they're underneath the doormat. I told her that.
You could say hello.
Okay, I'll keep my head out.
Oh, she gone. She ran away. She gone. Anyway, okay. Shout out to Brock. You need orthopedics, go to Brock. Remember, the After Hours Clinic, open on weekends, so bypass the ER. HUDCO Roofing, HUDCORoofing.com. Would love it if someone would take a quick moment, click on that link, fill out the form. Let's give you a free, no obligation roofing inspection. And of course, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. If you got pain, book a session with Crystal Poche. She's the best. Whatever your pain is, chronic or otherwise, she will help rid you of that pain. Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. All right.
Thanks everybody for being.
That was a long asking run.
Are you done?
Yeah. All right. Tremaine said, Matt, you got to show love to the strength and conditioning team. Absolutely. Shout out to Jake Flint, the strength and conditioning team.
Love some Jake Flint and their 6 children.
Name dropper.
I am not a name dropper. Why do you do that to me?
I'm just teasing you,
You're
E-Rock.
not. First of all, I want to discuss the way he has his family in mass, and all of them sit there silently, perfect. Like he's a good man and a good dad who's raising some very respectful, polite children. That's what I want to talk about. I'm not talking about football.
Brian Kelly hired a very good staff.
Upstanding men.
Of very, very, very
women.
strong people.
Like they're freaking amazing. Like I would want any of those men to raise my kid. Like that's how good. And I don't want anybody raising Drew but you. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're just good men. And care. And
Denbrock.
phenomenal.
House.
Oh, you're name dropping.
Flint. I'm setting you up to say it.
Yeah, no, these men are. Can I just tell you, like they're great coaches, but they don't. You don't know they're a football coach. They don't mention it. They don't act like it. They don't talk about it. They're around. They're not the typical guy who's already. I mean, they're made like you don't know their football. Again, it took them forever for even to mention it. They're going to They don't discuss LSU. They could care less about who they are, what they do. No one even really knows. But they're such good men. And good wives. Their wives are amazing too. They're just involved people who care about their kids. And they're just good, solid men. I mean, again, if you look at like our penalties and you look at our players' behavior, like our players aren't getting in trouble because they're being led by great men. You know, like seriously, like that has a lot to do with their attitudes and their just overall like behavior. And priorities and respects. Like these football players are in for a treat.
Ryan Slayton asked Rock, would you ever make a guest appearance on Whiskey and Wine?
I did. I came a couple years ago, games ago. We went.
But you weren't on the show.
We waved. Oh yeah, we waved. Believe me, because Danae's mom was like, "I see you," and I waved.
But the audience didn't.
Well.
Okay, we're done. Thank y'all for watching. Go Tigers. See y'all for Whiskey and Wine tonight as soon as the game ends. Should be around 11:30ish. See y'all there. Peace out later.